What's going on, guys? It's Alexi from Adventuregrapher here, and today we are having a very exciting review coming up, and it's also the first video shot in a brand new studio. But more about that in some future videos, as now we are covering the Peak Design Travel Tripod, which is easily the most hyped tripod to hit the market recently, or maybe ever. First of all, I can honestly say that this is by far the most innovative, radical and different take on a tripod design that I have ever seen. It feels like it has more features than basically all the other tripods I have used have combined, and all this in a well-made high-quality product. But there are also a few small and even major drawbacks you should be aware of before buying this tripod, so make sure to watch this video carefully through. The unit I'm reviewing is the higher-end carbon fiber model, but it's also available in aluminium, which is basically identical except for the material. The functionality is also identical, but the carbon fiber is a bit lighter and might have some advantages in stability. Throughout this video, I'm also going to compare the Peak Design tripod with this tiny Zero Travel tripod that I have been using and loving for many years already, so it kind of sets the baseline for my expectations. First of all, let's quickly look at some specs. The maximum height of this tripod when fully opened is 152 centimeters, which translates to 60 inches. The tripod collapses to 39 centimeters or 15.4 inches for transportation and weighs 1.27 kilograms or 2.81 pounds. It's made almost fully of carbon fiber and aluminium, depending on the model. The rated capacity is 9.1 kilograms or 20 pounds, which is honestly more than enough for anything you might consider using it for. The three main selling points of this tripod are the compact size, the light weight, and the speed of use. First of all, on the promise of being super compact, this tripod definitely delivers. It's designed in such a manner that there is no empty space wasted between the legs and the center column, and there are also no knobs or levers that protrude outwards. This results in a very sleek package with an especially narrow diameter that is similar to a water bottle. This means the travel tripod is extremely easy to fit inside basically any backpack side pocket where a normal tripod wouldn't even fit. It's even more narrow than the Zero tripod, which is the most compact real tripod I have ever seen. It's however a bit taller than the Zero, but that's rarely a problem. It still packs down way shorter than any other comparable tripod I know of. So on the compactness, the travel tripod easily gets a perfect score from me. At 1.27 kilograms, the travel tripod is light, but still not quite as light that some might expect from a carbon fiber tripod that is this small. Here, the Zero tripod I'm using is a clear winner at less than 1 kilogram or 2 pounds. However, the travel tripod has bigger capacity and it also extends quite a bit higher, so it's not really a fair comparison. So the Peak Design Travel Tripod is not strictly the lightest option out there, but it's definitely not heavy either. Because it's also so compact, I really have no problem carrying this tripod almost anywhere, which means I can be always prepared for a long exposure, time-lapse or a group shot if the opportunity arises, even when others might have left their bulky tripods at home. Convenience and the speed of use, however, is where this tripod really shines and puts all the competition in shame. Some other reviews I have seen have stated that it's actually not that much faster to deploy compared to other tripods. But to me, it seems these people simply haven't figured out the correct or fastest way to use it. Like is the case with many other Peak Design products, the travel tripod actually requires you to put some thought and practice in optimizing your movements and building some muscle memory. However, if you are willing to go through this extra effort, their gear can really work wonders. Let's see how much faster the travel tripod actually is compared to normal tripods. I heard that somebody at Peak Design has been able to deploy the tripod in under 10 seconds, so Well, I consider that a challenge. And if I happen to succeed in beating that time, I'm sure you will be so impressed that you simply have to subscribe to my channel. Okay, Peak Design, you can send me the trophy in the mail. And like I said, now it's a great time to hit that subscribe button and notification bell below. As you can see, the travel tripod is way faster than the Sirui or any other tripod for that matter. And to me, this is the real game changer. It also folds back down blazingly fast, which is equally nice. If you want to see a detailed breakdown of my movements to deploy the tripod this fast, make sure to watch this video all the way to the end. The most innovative part of the travel tripod could be the integrated super low profile ball head that sits perfectly nested between the tripod legs. It features a quick release system that allows you to attach Arca Swiss compatible base plates instantly in any orientation and even one-handed. For extra safety, you turn a locking lever to secure the plate more tightly. However, to actually turn the ball head, you need to raise the center column up a bit. To do that, you loosen this little knob that you can also pull out a bit for easier access. To lock the ball head's orientation, you simply twist the big single locking ring, which is something I really like. The ball head feels very sturdy and can actually handle even a big top-heavy setup surprisingly well. On the bottom, the ball head has 3 slots that you can use to turn your camera in portrait orientation. All the slots allow a bit different angles, but if the desired angle is not accessible, you simply need to turn your plate and your camera to another orientation. At first, this might be a bit confusing and frustrating. Again, you need to experiment and practice a bit before it all feels natural and easy. There is no separate panning control, and this ball head is not meant for video. Of course, you can easily attach a fluid head on top of it, or even use the separately sold adapter to replace the head completely with your own choice. I would never do that though, as the integrated ball head is, in my opinion, one of the best parts of this tripod. For smooth panning video, I like to attach my gimbal on top of the tripod. By screwing off these little safety knobs, the head also supports longer plates and L brackets. It would be nice if these were little buttons instead, so no tool would be needed and there would be no tiny knobs to lose. However, I most often like to use the included Peak Design plate that is also compatible with the capture camera clip and all Peak Design camera straps that I have reviewed earlier. One small con with this plate is that you can only tighten it with a hex tool that is also included. There's also a little clip device that allows you to always carry the hex tool attached directly to one tripod foot. The tripod extends to 152 centimeters, which to me feels almost perfect, as the Sirui tripod I have been using is often just those extra few inches too short. With the Peak Design tripod, I can get my camera almost to my eye level, which is just enough and still not so much that it would add unnecessary bulk. It can also get quite low by default and also features a low mode by detaching the center column. Unfortunately, you need to use a hex key for that as well, but on the other hand, it's still surprisingly easy and fast to do. Again, I would still prefer a toolless approach. You can, however, very quickly and without any tools reverse the center column to get those super low angles with your camera upside down. The tripod leg angle adjusters only have 2 latches, one for regular shooting and one for getting the tripod ultra low. A middle option might have come in handy, but I don't consider that a big issue. A nice touch is that you can actually adjust the leg angle stiffness with a hex key. This way, the legs stay quite well in any angle you want, even when they are not in the latches. In use, the travel tripod has mainly been and felt very stable, sturdy and reliable. One minor thing to note is that when the foot levers are opened, there is quite a lot of play between the different sections. This doesn't inspire confidence, but when the levers are closed, the play is completely gone. Even though the legs can bend slightly under heavy loads, I haven't found that to negatively affect the image quality. Long exposure shots, even with a top-heavy 400mm lens, have been tack sharp as long as I have used a 5 to 10 second timer, which is something I recommend with any tripod anyway. Here you can see a shake test with a 400mm lens with the center column at different heights. And here we also have a comparison between some other tripods of different sizes. You can make up your own conclusions on the results, but I think the travel tripod holds up quite reasonably even against a tripod multiple times heavier. There's also a hook under the center column on which you can hang your camera bag to gain some extra stability. You can remove this hook by twisting and pulling to reveal a clever little smartphone mount, which might come in handy, for example, if you want to shoot a time-lapse with your phone while shooting other stuff with your camera. It stays inside the center column in any orientation with magnets and is easy to pull out to use. The hook and the upper part of the tripod also have eyelets for attaching Peak Design anchors, so you can use their camera straps to carry the tripod. There is also a soft shell case for the tripod that I really like. It's a snug fit, but not nearly as tight as it was on the pre-production units that many other YouTubers have shown. The case also has points for the anchors, so it can act as a standalone carry bag. There are handles that make it possible to attach the case to your belt or secure it in the side pocket of your everyday backpack. This not only guards the tripod from bumps and scratches, but also makes it impossible for the tripod to drop out. What's best, the tripod is still ready for fast access under only one zipper. Inside the soft shell case, there is also a hidden pocket where you can, for example, store your hex tool. Extra accessories that are separately available for the tripod are spiked feet that once again need to be attached with a tool, and the ultralight conversion kit, which allows you to detach the bottom sections of the legs completely to save even more weight. Surprisingly, this installation is actually toolless. As a summary, I think the Peak Design Travel Tripod is the most feature-packed and thought-out tripod in existence. It's a high-end product backed with a lifetime guarantee from a company with great values and focus on sustainability. There are some small drawbacks, like the fact that you need a hex key to use some features and you got to actually practice a bit to get most out of the tripod. But the advantages easily outweigh the small issues. The biggest negative with this tripod, however, is the price. It's selling for $600 for the carbon fiber version and more than $300 for the aluminum one, even before shipping and taxes. That means it's also selling for way over 300 and 600 euros here in Europe. Fortunately, there is a discount link under this video for any lucky Finnish people watching this video. A hobbyist that is on a budget is basically always better off with a cheaper alternative like the Sirui tripod I have been using. However, if you have the money and you actually need or want to have the absolute best and most versatile travel or everyday tripod out there, this is the one to get. It's portable, convenient, and blazingly fast to use. For a unique high-end product, I actually find the relatively high price quite well justified. And again, with the aluminum model, you can basically save hundreds without sacrificing any functionality. If you're still watching this video and have found it helpful, now is your second great chance to hit those like, subscribe, and notification buttons below. Lastly, like I promised, here is the breakdown of the motions I use to deploy the tripod. I start by holding the tripod in my right hand, palm upwards with the tripod feet pointed up. I grip and open the first 4 levers simultaneously with my 4 left-hand fingers, and then repeat the same for the next set of levers. Then I turn the tripod clockwise to seamlessly reach and open the last 4 levers without any extra movement. I grip the ends of the tripod feet with my fingers and pull them open simultaneously. After that, I use my left palm and thumb to close all the top levers with one motion, starting from the one that's furthest away from me. I repeat the same for the second set of levers. Then I switch hands and close the two bottom sets of levers with my right palm, but here I find it easiest to start with the levers that are closest to my body. After that, I just grab 2 feet and use the ground to open the third one. This might seem a little complicated and overanalyzed, but it really didn't take me too long to master, and of course you can also open up the legs one by one like you would with any other tripod, and that's totally fine too. And if you are still here, that means you either really enjoyed this video or you have a question I still haven't answered. In both cases, I would be super glad if you dropped a comment below. I would be happy to help in any way, and all the feedback is also highly appreciated. There are also some links for buying the tripod in the video description, including a discount link to kameraliike.fi, who also helped to make this review possible. Thanks a lot for watching and see you in the next video.
Kello on nyt 10 illalla ja mä lupasin tähän huomisesta videon valmiiksi. Mä just äsken aloitin kuvaamisen. Mun pieni ruokatauko. Mä oon yksin taas studiolla ja tiedän, että taitaa olla aika pitkä yö tulossa. Mutta onneksi on siipiä. Mä ottaa tän epätoivon käskaa. En tiedä, miksi te vielä katsotte tätä videoa. Suuri osa ei edes ymmärrä, mitä mä puhun. Nyt ei se mitään lisää näyttöminuutteja ja sekunteja.